Hello, my friends. Happy Monday. Jill Ortiz here in my Empowered Fitness community for women over 40, looking to get energized, confident, and strong. I almost forgot that today was Monday and that we needed to do this, but I'm excited to be here and especially excited because we are just coming off a Jill Ortiz Fitness Retreat. It was a 4-day retreat for 5 of my clients who came from all over the country. And I think when people met them and ran into us and were excited to hear about us, including my family and my own friends and people that we saw at Sunrise Beach Yoga, I think they were really impressed that we had ladies from Hawaii, California, Montana, Louisiana, and right here in Florida, and all coming together and sharing an amazing weekend. And I think sometimes you think about a group of women and people not getting along and being catty. And when it comes to the Jill Ortiz Fitness community, I think that's something that I'm super proud of, is we see friendship and love and support and bonding, and it's always an amazing time. And these live in-person retreats always bring people together, and it's really amazing what I've seen in running communities like our fitness community for the last 11 years, since 2015 when I started my fitness coaching journey, is the bonds that happen between ladies in the community, even when I'm not involved, and how deep into each other's lives they become. And so that's amazing. And so for those of you who didn't have the privilege of being here on this retreat, but think that maybe it's really cool, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the retreat and some of the things that I observed and learned throughout. And maybe that will be something that inspires you to just have a conversation with me about our coaching program. I've included the link in this post so that you can book a call with me, get to know me, get to know our program, and see if it would fit with you and your goals. It's truly just an amazing community. And I think what I wrote in here is that what I know and have learned so many times is that wellness and fulfillment goes so far beyond what you eat and what exercises you do. There's so much more to it. And I love that having a community really bonds you to the work and to showing up as your best self, not only for yourself, but for others. And when you don't just have you, or even you and your coach, or you and your spouse looking out for you, but an entire community who cares about you, wants to see you succeed, that is such a stronger force than being in this alone. So to give some of you an idea of what our retreat was like this weekend, everybody flew in or came in Wednesday, Thursday, and we all started at my house here in Wellington, Florida, and we had a nice big pool party. I spent the whole morning cooking and prepping, and we had a nice barbecue, and the ladies got to spend time with me and my husband and kids and my parents, and just enjoying and seeing my life. And I showed them my mango trees and my home gym, and it was really fun just to bring everybody here. They've seen this gym in all of my workout videos, and it was really neat for them to see it in person. And so and so that was cool. And then we made our way over to this amazing dock front intercoastal resort house that we rented out for the weekend. And it was amazing. I mean, we were shocked when we walked in the door. The floor to ceiling windows that just spanned across the whole way, seeing the pool and the dock and the intercoastal. It was just gorgeous. The kitchen was beautiful and huge, and it had like an industrial stove, an industrial fridge, and we had brought food and groceries and whatnot. And for 3 of the nights, and for actually all of our lunches as well, we cooked together, which was really nice. My first night, one of my big things that I love to make is a low carb Asian noodle bowl. I think the ladies appreciated that I cooked a low carb dinner so we could put a little bit into some fun drinks and some nice desserts. My mom made us a pumpkin bread, and I made a banana bread that didn't come out fantastic, but it was fun. And we had some other little treats that one of the ladies brought. And our second night we made into a luau theme in honor of our friend Zeta, who was there, and she came from Hawaii. And so she cooked us a beautiful Kahlua pork dinner, and that was really fun. We had leis, and we had flamingo and pineapple sunglasses, and she brought each of us a sarong, and her daughter came and spent time with us as well, which was really nice. And then the next night we did a Southern boil, traditional Southern boil, in honor of our friend Janelle, who was there. And Janelle cooked for us that night and gave us a taste of her Louisiana favorite, and we all enjoyed that as well. We had nice salads and some leftovers for lunches, and so we ate well. There was no calorie counting, there was no worrying about anything, but it was nice to be eating healthy and feeling good. We were all in bathing suits and bikinis, and it was really great. So we had a lot of great bonding time. We also did a couple of activities, including some personality tests. And I think the one on the first night was really great. We did an Enneagram test. And if anybody wants to do their Enneagram test or wants to share about your Enneagram, feel free to. If you want the free Enneagram test, I can send you the link. There was a long one and a short one. And it was fun to kind of figure out our own Enneagram. And so that kind of talks about your personality. And it was neat to guess each other's and then share what we came up with, and to kind of share about ourselves, because sometimes we get these first impressions that may not be, exactly on point. And so that was really fun. And at the end of the weekend, we did an exercise to kind of talk about our true essence. Once we had time for bonding and picking out the identifying, words, things that identify us and how we see ourselves and how others see us. And what was really neat there was having other people highlight our strengths that we don't necessarily see ourselves, and also having people appreciate us individually for who we are and how we're different. And so that was really nice too. Some fun things we did outside the house. We did a nature walk one day. So let's talk about the fitness, right? So we did a nature walk one day. It wasn't like a really fast walk. We have a place, a nature preserve near my parents' house called Green K. And it was a couple miles, maybe a mile and a half. And we got to see lots of birds and turtles and bunnies. And towards the end, we even got to see a huge, I said 8 feet, but some of them said it was 6 feet, alligator swimming around. And there was a turtle swimming right by it, and it didn't seem to care about the turtle. And so that was really neat. If you click on my name and you go over to my feed, you'll see all the fun pictures from the weekend. So that was our first workout. We also did a banded HIIT workout kind of in the foyer of our house. And that was great. I gave each of the ladies a set of King Road bands as a gift. They travel well. You can do all the strength training moves that we do with dumbbells with these bands. And so we did a great banded HIIT workout. And between our work time with working the muscles, we did core moves. And I think all of us were feeling our core the next day. And so that was a great challenge. And then our third workout was yesterday morning before we left. I made the ladies get up at like 5 a.m., 5:30, and we made our way down to the beach before the sun rose, and we found our spots, and the rest of the yoga community, who I went to Costa Rica with and go to beach yoga with sometimes, showed up, including our amazing instructor, Pedro, and he led us in a beautiful sunrise yoga class, and we went for coffee and breakfast after that. And it was just an amazing weekend, well balanced. We had one issue all weekend, and that was that every smoke alarm in that house started beeping at some point during the weekend. It ruined most of our nights of sleep and drove us crazy. And so that was unfortunate, but we made it through despite that. Oh, we also had a really fun day. We brought out our creative side. We did a lot of coloring throughout the weekend. We played some card games, and we had a wonderful woman. If anybody's local, this woman, Jackie, came, and she does all kinds of paint and sip and paint this and paint that. And we painted fedora hats, and we painted a beautiful sunset and a wave and palm trees. And so that was really fun to kind of bring out our creative side and do a challenging creative activity together. And so coming back, so that was what our Jill Ortiz Fitness Retreat was like. We got to talk about where the next one's going to be, because I think this happens a lot. Once we have one of these, everyone's like, all right, when are we getting back together? And, and hopefully we can have more people and those in the program who weren't able to join us, and people who would love to experience an amazing community of women coming together and living healthy and really solidifying that community so that you have, make it more fun. We would love to have y'all come to our next retreat and join us in our program, because it truly is an amazing place, and it's a small community where you are absolutely never going to get lost, and everybody will take care of you. And I think that was one of the big lessons from the week, is that this community goes way beyond, again, fitness and nutrition. We are there for each other through the ups and downs of life, through the personal struggles, and really it's nice to know that somebody who's not in your immediate circle is there for you and would do anything for you as well, to make sure that you are happy and loved. And so the chatter has continued since we got back. I was saying yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, when I posted, I think it was yesterday, when I posted my workout, it's like, I feel like we now need to not just say like, here was my workout, here's how I did, but here's my life update for the day, and so that was really nice. But I think that's just seeing the bonding between women, especially when you're making new friends in your 50s and 60s. I mean, it's incredible. It's so cool to have people who are on the same wavelength as you. And I think that's something that a lot of us want at this point in life. We look around and we kind of like maybe weed out the people who aren't really serving us. They don't bring us joy. They don't seem to be on the same path as us, and finding maybe some new friends and a new group that is really thinking in line with us and who we want to be at this stage of life, because you are never beyond a place or a time where you can reinvent yourself and grow and become more energized, more confident, and stronger. So if this is something that resonates with you, that makes you feel like there's something out there kind of waiting for you, if you feel like it's possibly our community, then I encourage you to set up a call with me. And setting up a call does not mean that you have to, or that I will pressure you into joining our community. It's just a way for us to explore and see if it feels like a good fit for you. And I think it's important to put yourself out there. And I think that's what a lot of the women this weekend did, was put themselves out there and talk about themselves, and, in a way that not everyone wants to, and, and share things about themselves and fears and desires. But I think that it really benefited everybody to do so. So I am always here for you, and I just want the best for all of you. I want you to be getting the most out of your journey. And if you feel like you're not living up to your potential, I think that's something that all of my clients know is always at the top of my mind and my heart, is how can I help others rise to their potential, find where they're supposed to be, feel loved, feel included, and have somebody behind them, they trust to catch them when they fall and to push them a little bit towards more. So I would love to talk to you soon. I hope to. And just go ahead and click the link that leads to my calendar and find a time. The calls are free. So if I was you, I'd take advantage of it. All right. Give me a shout if anybody's out there. I know a lot of you on here. I know you already. But give me a shout if there's anything that you feel I might be able to do for you. And that's it. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you back here on Wednesday at noon Eastern for our Q&A Wednesday. Bye, everybody.